Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow, there lived a rabbit named Riley. Now, Riley was not like the other rabbits, he was always in a hurry. While the other rabbits hopped and played at a leisurely pace, Riley would dart around, his little feet a blur. "I don't have time for this," Riley would often say, as he rushed past his friends. "There's too much to do and not enough time to do it." The other rabbits would just shake their heads and laugh, amused by Riley's impatience. One sunny day, Riley was scurrying through the meadow, his ears flapping in the breeze. He had to get to the carrot patch before the other rabbits, you see. "I must be the first one there," he said to himself, his eyes fixed on the horizon. As Riley raced towards the carrot patch, he didn't even notice the beautiful flowers that lined the path. All he could think about was getting to the carrots before anyone else. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he chanted, his paws pounding the soft earth. Suddenly, Riley heard a familiar voice. "Slow down, Riley. You're going to hurt yourself." It was his friend, Daisy the rabbit. But Riley didn't slow down. He just called back, "Can't stop, Daisy. Gotta get to the carrots." Daisy watched in dismay as Riley disappeared over the hill, kicking up clouds of dust in his wake. "Oh, that Riley," she sighed, shaking her head. "He's going to wear himself out one of these days." True to Daisy's prediction, Riley did indeed make it to the carrot patch first. He was so proud of himself, he couldn't wait to start eating. But as he reached for a carrot, he realized that the other rabbits were right behind him. "No, no, no!" Riley cried, scooping up as many carrots as he could. "These are mine." The other rabbits, surprised by Riley's outburst, just stood there, unsure of what to do. Riley frantically stuffed the carrots into his mouth, his cheeks puffing out like a chipmunk's. But try as he might, he couldn't eat them fast enough. The other rabbits, sensing an opportunity, began to approach the carrot patch. "Back off!" Riley shouted, his voice muffled by the carrots. "These are mine." The other rabbits, however, were not intimidated. They simply hopped over to the patch and began to enjoy their fill of the delicious carrots. Riley watched in dismay as the other rabbits ate their fill of the carrots. He had been so focused on getting to the patch first that he hadn't even thought about sharing. Now he was left with nothing but a stomachache and a sour mood. As the other rabbits hopped away, bellies full and content, Riley sulked in the corner of the patch. "It's not fair," he grumbled. "I should have had all those carrots to myself." Just then, Daisy approached him, a concerned look on her face. "Riley, why are you so upset?" she asked gently. "You got to the carrots first, didn't you?" Riley sighed heavily. "Yeah, but the other rabbits took them all. I didn't get to eat any." Daisy nodded sympathetically. "I know, Riley. But you have to remember that the carrots belong to all of us, not just you. It's important to share, even if it's hard to wait your turn." Riley frowned, still not quite understanding. "But I was here first. I should have gotten to eat all the carrots." Daisy shook her head. "That's not how it works, Riley. We all need to work together and take care of each other. If you had shared the carrots, everyone would have been happy." Riley thought about this for a moment, his brow furrowed in concentration. "I guess you're right," he finally said, his voice small. "I was being selfish." Daisy smiled and gave Riley a gentle nudge. "Don't worry, Riley. You learn. And next time, try to be a little more patient and share with your friends. Riley nodded, feeling a little ashamed of his behavior. Okay, Daisy. I'll try to be more patient from now on. True to his word, Riley did try to be more patient. And as the days passed, he found that it wasn't as hard as he thought. Instead of rushing to the carrot patch, he would slow down and enjoy the journey. He even started helping the other rabbits plant a new patch, working diligently alongside his friends. One day, as Riley was carefully tending to the young carrots, Daisy hopped over to him. You know, Riley, she said with a smile, you've been doing a great job of being patient lately. I'm really proud of you. Riley felt a warm glow of pride in his chest. Thanks, Daisy, he said, his voice softer and more thoughtful than it had been in the past. I've been trying my best to slow down and enjoy things more. Daisy nodded, her eyes sparkling. I can tell. And you know what? I think the other rabbits have noticed, too. They've been really impressed with how helpful and cooperative you've been. As the days passed, Riley continued to work hard and be patient. When the time came to harvest the new carrot patch, he was the first one there, but this time, he didn't rush to grab all the carrots for himself. Instead, he carefully dug them up and placed them in a pile, making sure to save some for the other rabbits. The other rabbits were amazed at Riley's change in behavior. They eagerly gathered around the pile of carrots, each taking their fair share. Riley watched with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that he had finally learned the value of patience and sharing. As the rabbits enjoyed their delicious meal, Riley couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. He had come a long way from the impatient, selfish rabbit he had once been. Now he was a valued member of the community, someone his friends could rely on. After the successful harvest, Riley decided to share his newfound wisdom with the younger rabbits in the meadow. He gathered them all together and began to speak, his voice calm and patient. You know, when I was younger, I used to be in such a hurry all the time, he said, his eyes scanning the group of wide-eyed bunnies. I would rush around, trying to get things done as quickly as possible, and I wouldn't even think about sharing with my friends. The young rabbits listened intently, their ears perked up with interest. Riley continued, but then I learned an important lesson that patience and sharing are just as important as getting things done quickly. If we work together and take our time, we can all enjoy the fruits of our labor. The young rabbits nodded solemnly, their eyes filled with admiration for the wise, older rabbit. Riley smiled and gestured towards the carrot patch. Now, who wants to help me plant some more carrots? The young rabbits eagerly followed Riley to the carrot patch, their tails twitching with excitement. As they began to dig and plant the new seeds, Riley showed them the importance of working together and being patient. See how much faster we can get this done when we all work as a team, he said, his paws moving with practiced precision. The young rabbits nodded, their small faces scrunched in concentration as they mirrored Riley's movements. Soon, the entire patch was planted, and the rabbits stepped back to admire their work. Riley beamed with pride, his chest puffed out. Great job, everyone, he exclaimed. Now, let's all make sure we take good care of these carrots so we can enjoy a bountiful harvest. The young rabbits cheered, their voices ringing out across the meadow. Riley knew that he had finally learned the true meaning of patience and sharing, and he was eager to pass on that knowledge to the next generation of rabbits. From that day on, Riley's life in the meadow was transformed. Instead of rushing around, he took the time to enjoy the simple pleasures of life, the feel of the warm sun on his fur, the sweet scent of the flowers, and the laughter of his friends. Whenever he felt the urge to hurry, he would take a deep breath and remember the lessons he had learned. He knew that patience and sharing were the keys to a fulfilling life, and he was determined to pass that wisdom onto the next generation of rabbits. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, Riley's reputation as a wise and compassionate leader grew. The other rabbits sought him out for advice, and he was always happy to lend a listening ear and offer his guidance. And when the time came to harvest the carrots, Riley was there, happily sharing his bounty with his friends. For Riley the rabbit, life was no longer about rushing and grabbing, it was about taking the time to savor the journey and cherish the company of those he loved.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe for more short stories for kids.